Venezuela, by the way, has the lowest murder rate ever right now. What does that tell you?
Yeah, all the murderers are gone.
They're here.
Yeah. So is it true that they're emptying prisons? I mean, is this
not
Cuba all over again?
This is not a hearsay. There was a memo by DHS last year admitting that, in fact, they knew that Venezuela's government was emptying their prison and rehabilitation centers or drug centers, releasing them on purpose because they knew with instructions to make, if you were going to get out, you're going to make your way to the U.S. That is not, we're not making that up. That's true. It was reported on, and DHS admitted that was happening. And in fact, it has. El Tren de Aragua is heavily present in our country now.
Okay, so you're telling me that DHS has acknowledged that Venezuela, for example, is emptying their prisons and their rehabilitation centers with the understanding you get out if you leave here and go to the United States?
Yes.
And DHS has, in writing, said, we know that's happening. We know they're coming here. We're processing them in and have no idea where they are.
Correct.
How many people are we talking about?
Millions. And just Venezuela alone.
We're talking about in the last 2 or 3 years, we've had estimated how many people have come across the border.
My estimation, the official number, I think, is about 10 million.
Yeah, it's about 10, 11 million.
Yeah,
that's the official.
But my personal opinion, I think we're about 15 to 18.
Venezuela reportedly emptying its prisons, and those criminals are now entering the U.S. through our southern border. Quote, a recent Department of Homeland Security intel report received by the Border Patrol instructs agents to look for Venezuelan inmates released from entering the U.S. The report, reviewed by Breitbart Texas, indicates the Venezuelan government is purposely freeing inmates, including some convicted of murder, rape, and extortion.
20 illegal migrants tried to get on the bus today at one of our bus stops.
Hours earlier, she got this email letting Nicole know her 8-year-old son was aboard his school bus heading to Hamul Elementary when all of a sudden...
Really confused. He said these adults, they weren't kids. He said, but they had backpacks on, Mom, and they tried to get on our bus. He said, and there was a lot of them.
The district confirmed 20 migrants tried to board the bus Wednesday morning when it stopped to pick up students here along its B route. That's when parents and the driver stepped in, keeping the migrants at bay.
It was definitely really scary.
It also happened Tuesday along Route A, shown here in orange near State Route 94. 3 men walked along the highway trying to stop the bus to, quote, go around their group. Parents like Jeremy Adams now demanding answers from the district and a safety plan to help quell fears.
We don't know who these people are. We don't know if they have any criminal history, what their background is.
Meanwhile, the sheriff's office says it's conducting an investigation and says it takes safety very seriously and are working with the school district in order to keep students and the community safe. As far as Nicole goes, she's stuck with the what ifs.
It's just scary that these kids are put into this situation. If those 20 people would have gotten onto the bus and tried to take over the bus, like these kids and the bus driver could have been in real danger.
There are groups of migrants waiting for your children's buses to arrive to pick them up, and the plan was for them to come onto the bus and overtake the children before they go to school, as in possibly trafficking your own children while they are on a bus going to their school. That's what you're telling me, and we're okay continuing to support this current administration that kept the borders open the whole time while our children were losing their lives at an unalarming rate when the country was pleading and begging for our president to shut down those borders. And you kept blaming the Republicans that you couldn't do it unless they signed a deal, which, by the way, had something to do tied in with money going to Ukraine and continuing to fund that country, which I don't understand why that would have any bearing at all. Shutting down our borders and protecting our children. And now it is noted that there are gangs that are being put together and grouping together plans of trafficking or possibly allegedly trafficking our own children as they are on their path to their school.